Hello and welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits, and it's episode 117. My name is Meg and I will be your host. You're joining me here in a nice, cool Rockville, not quite spring but not quite winter day. I had heard that we are going to have an early spring from the groundhog, and thus it is living up to its word. It was a gorgeous 66 degrees one day this week, which is, I don't know what in Celsius, but warm. It's warm. It's warm. I am drinking hot coffee because it's still nice and cool in our house, and I am drinking Bones coffee. This is the Bones Mardi Gras version, so it is Bananas Foster. It's really good. It's not too banana-y. It's a little bit cinnamon flavoring, and I just did cream, sweet cream in there, so I didn't add any cinnamon or anything to it, but I think a cinnamon creamer would go well. As an aftertaste of banana after you take the sip. It's not too much though. It's not like eating a banana run or anything like that, but it's very good, and the artwork on this is to die for. I don't think they've ever made Banana Foster t-shirts, but they did, I would buy one. I almost bought a t-shirt in New Orleans. My husband's like, "You are not gonna buy another shirt." I was like, well, yeah, I was going to. T-shirts make me happy. I didn't. We bought the mug instead. So this is from our trip to New Orleans. It's got all the jazz and so cool. It is the same colors as Florida, so I'm guessing there's certain colors for certain state areas. I'm not sure, but it is delicious. I am definitely going to finish this on the podcast. My throat is a little sore because the first thing I did this morning was scream at Gypsy for knocking water all over our wooden table. So I'm quickly trying to mop it up before it sets and all of that good stuff. So that my throat is now sore because I had to reprimand the puppy for sticking her head into a glass that she was not supposed to be doing. And it wouldn't have spilled if she hadn't done that. So moving on. It is episode 117, so we are moving right along. I want to thank everybody who has been liking and subscribing. I am going to be putting in all of the follower numbers into a random number generator and picking a winner. You can choose any pattern for your prize, including patterns that I haven't released yet. So if you know that you really want the Griffin dog and it's not out until next Friday, I will send it to you when it is out. I had someone wait for, I think it was the Frozen Fractal. They really wanted that, and that was their prize from almost 6 months before that. They just knew I was doing it. So yes, moving right along. I don't have any knit-alongs going on right now. I am still running my group for Walk MS. I have multiple sclerosis and have been symptom-free for over a year, which is a huge achievement, thank you. And we are doing our first walk-in fundraiser. This is the link that's just down below. If you want to donate, that's awesome. Even $5 would be great. But if you can't, or you can't right now, if you can just share the link, maybe share it on Facebook or share it through your Instagram story, even just that extra traffic really does help a lot. So I would, for everybody who is going through this, would love if you could simply pass it along, give it a like, give it a go, give it a push into the right direction, so that I can help maybe just one more person. Yeah, and I think that's everything. Kind of the down below links. There's the Ravelry. We are on Ravelry. We are on Etsy. The Royal We. Bad Wolf Girl Studios is my company, and it is just me So, everything that is done, hand dyed, hand knit, all of it is coming through here. First, I want to thank all of my testers. I have several testers working through all of the dog sweaters, and I have several testers working through the House Pride sweaters, which are coming out later, like May and June, okay? So like, get pumped, but like, just Meg needs a minute. And then the cowls, which I'm hoping maybe a little earlier, those are looking finish line ready. I've got, we've gone through the charts, we found some problems, we've busted them out. I've got the Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw all tested up, double Ravenclaw actually, so I got 2 colors on that too, which I'm thrilled about. I really think that this is a fun, geeky pattern that takes away the pressure of a sweater and a long-term project. It's basically like doing all the fun part of a yoke and then not having to finish anything else. So if that sounds like you, have I got a project for you? Yeah. So the cowls are coming verily and verily thus. What else? I think that's everything I've got. I'm even looking at them right now. I've got more things on the horizon, and I'm so excited. But I am so overwhelmed with everything I've bitten off right now. So I have to love them from a distance, but I would love to know if you can comment down below. Do you like doing color work on hats, cowls, scarves, mittens, or sweaters? What's your favorite way to do color work? Because I've got some cute charts here. Would you like to see them on gloves? Would you like to see them across a cowl where you just pop it on? Would you like to see them in the sweater, which I think I am gonna have a version of anyway, but I just wanna know, like, what should I put my energy into first? So if you can comment down below, what is your favorite way to knit a color work sweater? I will choose a winner down below, and you will get a free copy of the pattern when it comes out. So, ta-da! 'Tis my joy to do such a thing for you. So I am in rare form. I'm I'm in between like exhausted and hyper. I'm something. Okay, so a little bit more coffee. It is March. It is March. It is the 5th of March. Ooh. No, it's the 15th. Ides of March. I was like, wait a minute. Nope, it's 15th of March. Anyway, on the 13th of March, the Griffin dog sweater will be coming out. I'll put in some photos since I was not the one to do the testing. I had several testers that ranged from wee little Yorkie to some gorgeous, I'm not sure what Noodles is. Large dogs. I'm not sure what breed Noodles is, but she's gorgeous. So yes, I have lots of range on there. I have updated the peppermint bark and frozen fractal puppy sweaters so that the wee to large will be able to work it in, as well as doing the Hufflepuff. All has all the sizes as well. And the Hufflepuff pattern also is so exciting. So if you would like to pick up a copy of that, it is currently on the Ravelry, and the Griffin dog will be coming out next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday. So we are quite close, and I'm very excited. Thank you to everyone who has stuck with the podcast, and any new viewers, welcome. Let's get into the good stuff. So I do have several FOs this week. I am very excited. I have not had an FO, which feels like forever. This sweater was the last one, but I did kind of breeze through it. Oh, what I'm wearing is my Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May. No mohair, just fingering weight sweater with some nice long drop underarm depth, yoke depth, raglan lines, long raglan lines. I will say I love this color. It's Lady Mary blue. I think it's just called Lady Mary by Kim Dye's Yarn. I fell in love with it the second I saw it. I looked at it, left, looked at it, left, looked at it, left, because I was going to knit night every other week or so. And oh my word, it must have taken 6 months, but I broke down. I bought this, and I bought the red that's like up in, is it this? Yeah, up in this corner is red. Yeah, I caved. Couldn't help it. I needed it, and I don't regret it. I absolutely love this sweater, and it's very bright but neutral. Like, there's no designs on it, which I do love. I love all of my colorwork designs, but this is so neutral. It's great for like sweater stuff, you know, just going out to dinner and like looking like I'm wearing nothing. Not nothing, but you know, like just so cozy. But yeah, so I do love it. And I did 3/4 length sleeves and a 1x1 rib, and I did a sewn bind off. So all of that information. I do notice though, I use the 80/20 sourdough sock, and I don't know if it's the way I wear it, but it pills like a lot. So that is something to just consider if that drives you up a wall. But I just need to find my gleaner and go ahead and get that taken care of. But yes, so this was an FO. But I do have 3 FOs, proper FOs, 4 maybe, if you call Birds of Happiness an FO, which I do. So this is a Bird of Happiness. It's a pattern. I think it's a free pattern actually. And this is in the Siren colorway. I'm not sure I have any of this in the shop right now, but it's one of my favorites, and I love to pair it with blues because you can just see how gorgeous they look together. Just basically this is what my second Hogwarts of History was in. I have a huge affinity for mint. You can see I've changed my nails again. Huge affinity for mint, and this was the color of Gypsy's collar when we picked her up and brought her home. And it's just a very nice memory color for me. So Siren, I'm absolutely obsessed. I love my little birds. I hung them all over the tree this Christmas, and it brought me so much joy. I'm going to continue to make little birds, especially when a trip is so short that socks don't make sense to commemorate the trip. And what I mean by that is you're going home for Christmas, and you're only going to spend a day and a sleeping time, and then you're going somewhere else. Like, I was always going between my mother-in-law's and my mom's. So to commemorate the Christmas party, I would knit a Bird of Happiness and then enjoy the party and work on whatever I wanted to after that, and not have to I have to get these socks done because I want them to be in this time frame. Do you know what I mean? So Birds of Happiness, I love commemorating things like Easter. Went home for Easter, made my grandma a bird. Went over to the Christmas party, made my niece a bird. I gave her like a big fat red one in Gryffindor colors, even though we don't know what she is yet. But I think she's either a Hufflepuff or a Gryffindor right now, because she's cheery and brave and she doesn't worry too much. So we'll see. Anyway, I do love these. So yes, first FO, which to be completely honest, I'm pretty sure I started at Thanksgiving the year before last. So this was just a body jammed into my bird bag. My bird bag is this. It is my New York bag from the year I got to Vogue Knitting Live. I haven't been back since because life sucks. No, I haven't been back since because life threw me quite a few curveballs and I was unable to swing it, afford it, stay at a hotel, ta-ta-da. So, yeah, so this was just a body in the bird bag, and I finished the head the other day, and I was like, hey, I have a bird. It's great. But yes, I love it. So I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna stop wiggling it around. All right, my next FO, you did not see. This went to New Orleans with me. So this is Somebody Throw Me Some Beads. Gotta put, there are two. I'll put one down so I can better do this. It has the ink from Madeline Tosh. I think it was left over from another project. So I just paired it up. And then I've got the Somebody Throw Me Some Beads from Desert Vista Dye Works. Afterthought Heel. These were worked on a US 1. And a regular toe. I just decrease on either side. It's looking a bit weird because these are small blockers and I am a medium blocker foot. So it's not quite long enough for the socks, but it's fine. It's doing its purpose. It's holding up the sock in a sock form so that you can see all the colors. But yeah, so they're so pretty. And I did do both. I did them 2 at a time. And I did them throughout the trip. So I did them toe up. So I cast on the toes at home. And I got just to like connecting the round. And then if you want to watch, I do have on my Instagram, I have a New Orleans highlight reel, and I tried taking photos of them in each of the stages of when I was working on them, and kind of marking my trip as that. So when I first got into the car and we were driving to the airport, I was on the toe. So I had done this and I got 1 row in, and then we were driving to the airport and I got maybe 3 or 4 stripes in. And then we got there and we get to our gate and we get checked in and we do the thing and we da-da-da-da-da. Then we go and we have breakfast or lunch, and it was a little bit further. And then we got on to the airplane and I just powered through them as much as I could there because it was like 3.5 hours to Houston. And then we had to get another connecting flight to get into New Orleans. It was cheaper to do 2 planes, but it was more annoying because you had to get off and then do the whole ba-ba-da. Anyway, so the second flight was like 40 minutes, so it felt like that after like a 4-hour flight. But yeah, so I like breezed through a bunch of that, and then got to I got to the heel, I want to say, in day 1, and then we went out for drinks and walking around the next day, which was Monday. Yeah, so I like had more of the leg done, and that one was a little harder because I can knit and walk, but I can't knit and walk in crowds in New Orleans. Like everyone's shoving you, everyone's got drinks. I'm like, don't know anyone, so I'm kind of watching where I am and who's around me and what they're doing, and you know, stay sexy, don't get murdered, like all the vibes. And my husband was there and Doug was there, so like I wasn't alone, but I was not comfortable. So I just, like, when we would stop and sit, I would knit on them, but after that I like jammed them in my bag and would just like watch. But anyway, I got all the way up to, and then we went to like back to their house and we did like costuming, which was really fun. I was knitting on them a little bit more there, and I worked a lot on the costumes too then. So it was just like, it was a bunch of fun, but I got almost through the socks in like 2.5 days. Just so good. And I did the cuff and the heel on the plane ride home, because after that I stopped working on them and I went to my second pair. So that, and then Tuesday I didn't touch them at all. That was Mardi Gras. Didn't touch them at all because it was Mardi Gras. And in the morning we're getting ready with our costumes. All day we were with friends, dancing, parading, I'll make a whole video about it, so you can watch that too. Truly, after you've been escorted by like a 30-piece band, there's no other way to travel. It's amazing. Bringing my ukulele next time. So then, yeah, I didn't work at them at all on Tuesday. So then Wednesday we flew out and I finished them. So I only had like 3 days anyway. So Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. Not bad. 3-day socks. Boom, boom, boom. So I was having a great time with them. They have a lot of fun memories, and I worked a lot on the costumes too then. So it was just like, it was a bunch of fun. But it was really fun. So I got all the way up to, and then we went out for drinks and walking around the next day, which was Monday. Yeah, so I like had more of the leg done, and Yeah, I just love them. So anyway, my second pair of Desert Vista dye works, I did Zambari, Here Comes the Zambride for my wedding. So now I have two very nice memories plugged into those socks. My next up is the birthday sock. So my 7Cs from Knit Picks. This I have paired with like a brown gold, which I kind of like. I think it also, the more I was wearing my mint nails, I thought mint, I can't see, hold on. Yeah, I thought mint would have gone really well with it too, but brown gold is fine. So again, I'll put one down so you can better see it. So I got through, I did these one at a time, which was fine. And I got quite far on that first time that we went to the movies. And then I was kind of inching through on the last two podcasts. Bam, through the leg. Mom moved from PA, well, she moved from PA to PA, but she moved from like Northeast Philly to Gettysburg. So big change, like city, country. So she moved out to the country, and that is going to be more in the blather section because it's still a nightmare that's going on. Anyway, while they were over, I was able to just blast through this leg, cast on the next one. I talked about that. You already saw one of these. So I cast on the next one and got through all of that. And I put the heels in. So now they're finished. And I wove everything in, and I blocked them on my feet. I mean, I put them on here so they look nice, but then I just wear them. And then when I wash them, I wash them. So I am going to live out of these. One, it's just my colors. I love these colors. These are my heart colors. They're so good. And it was just so nice to have some things off the needles after just working on sweater after sweater after sweater. The short projects. I have been bitten by the sock bug again. I have. I love it. I'm a sock monster. I was unconcerned that my mojo had kind of left because I knew it was there. It would come back. And this definitely was the week for it. I was just like, I am finishing those. I'm doing it. So I finished that, and then I had worked on this. I think you saw like a little bit of it last time. Powered through, got all that done, did the heel. So exciting. So that is that. That's the second one. Now the third one. So this one, you will remember, this is one of my what year is it? It's 2019. One of my 2019 Christmas colorways. It didn't do very well, which was a bummer because I really liked this one. So this is Socks for Albus. I used a Knit Picks red Knit Pick Stroll Mini, I guess, for the heel, toe, and cuff. Used Afterthought heel last night, put that in. And this is another small one, so you can see that it's a little bit baggy on the toe. Totally fine. It will suffice for what I need. Yeah. And this is the second one. So I worked these two at a time. Socks for Albus. I love this color. I love it so much. I guess not a lot of people think of yellow as a Christmas color, but they sang to me. So this Christmas I might take a nice photo of this and then offer it again in kit form for Christmas, or maybe I'll do like Christmas minis. People seem to like minis. So yes, I basically had these on the needles. They were almost done the legs. I took them out a few times on a walk with Gypsy and then went ahead and did the ribbing. I finished the ribbing last night, cut in, did the heels. And so I finished the 7Cs and Socks for Albus all last night. So I was on a finishing kick. I also worked on my test knit. So I got that done. Well, not done. I still have sleeves, but I got that worked on, and I blocked what I could so I could see how everything was was working, and then kind of moved on from that. Yeah, so I'm very much in the get the socks off the needles kick right now. I've got 2 pairs that only need heels. So seriously, one night of work for 2 pairs of heels, I think. These are Sugar Plum. Yeah, that's where my chocolate frog went. Sugar Plum from Christmas. Oh, she's turned around. Turned around. Turn around. Turn around. There it is. Boop. Sugar Plum needs a heel in brown, so I have that set up. And the socks from Dad's funeral. Grape Gadsby, I'm pretty sure it's called. I do still like the color. It just has a lot of sad memories in that, and I didn't recognize that's what I was really doing until I did it. And so I don't know if I can keep them. I don't know if I can keep them. So I'm not sure who I can trust these memories to, but yeah. Anyway, those also need a heel. I finished both of those there, but I never got heels in there. So, what else did I work on? I separated, like I said I was going to, I separated the Holly Jolly sock pieces. So that's on the sidelines waiting there. I have nothing else finished. So I guess that puts me into whips. All right. I've run out of steam. I've run out of steam, which is ridiculous because this is the tiniest sweater. But I am almost done. I'm almost done. Gypsy is my Valentine. It needs I-cords around. It needs ribbing at the bottom. Truly. So close. I just have to measure. I don't think it's quite long enough for her. I can't find any of her sweaters to within reach. Yeah, they're not here. So I don't think it's long enough. I have to measure a little bit, and I'm starting to do some short rows, and that's where I stopped because it was no longer in the round and it wasn't as easy. So hopefully this will be the FO as well as a pair of socks next week. Okay. What else? I am barely, but sort of working on my Valentine Pygmy Puff colorway. This is still available in the shop, and I started and just got this much done. So not a ton, but it's okay. Hey, Jeps. Hi. Hi. This is Gypsy Bug. She makes an appearance to say hi at least once a podcast. We all love Gypsy Bug. Mwah. Or most of us do. Good girl. Mwah. Alrighty. Are you good, baby girl? Yes. Yes. Okay. Go lay down. Okay. So that was our daily gypsy visit. Weekly gypsy visit. But yeah, so Pygmy Puff is still being worked on. It is still so short. I really just put my energy into the socks because I wanted stuff to be done. And I'm a little depressed at the fact that no matter how many times I alternate skeins, I'm still getting kind of pooling. It's just the nature of hand-dyed yarn, but this one is driving me a little nutty. So yeah, couldn't deal with it. What else? Okay, so in New Orleans, I obviously overpack, and I packed some Jinx yarns in her Mardi Gras colorway. And I am pairing it with some green from Knit Picks. And I got pretty far. So there's a ton of t-shirts that look exactly like this. Like people wear them in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. It's like one of the touristy things that they sell. So I am jamming in. This is a plastic folder that you get like for your kids for school. Plastic folder, and then I go ahead and I have a person stand, and then I trace around their foot and I mark where their ankle bone line is, and I mark where their toe box stops, and I ask how large their foot is, and then I use them for sock blockers. And then I know, like, if someone is so my mom's like an 8 too. I don't have her socks down here. My mom's like an 8 like me, but her toe is shaped completely differently. So I can do a different shaped toe, like a rounded toe for her than for me. So anyway, here it is. I put a butterbeer progress keeper because it looks like beer, which I thought was funny. Yeah, it's not much to say. I'm doing them 2 at a time. And they are matching pretty darn well, which is great. Sometimes starting them, like, I feel like if you don't have the same amount of yellow, that like one will be a little bit shorter, so every stripe they get a little bit more off. But they are going very well. I am 4 stripes into a 7 stripe foot, I'm pretty sure, because what I did was I flipped this over and put it together like so. You see, flipped it over, put it together, and I was like, okay, how many stripes until I get to the heel? Because this would be the heel for Pat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, well, I had it overlapping on the gold. But I think this is more accurate. So, like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I need 9 stripes, and then I will insert the heel, probably halfway through the gold of that 9th stripe. But they're gonna be so good. Like, can you imagine? Just imagine with me, that's a foot. Isn't that gonna be so good? So yeah, which one's the, okay. Woo. So yeah, I'll put in the heel when I get to here, but it's on a 1.5, which is a 2 something something, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle. I am keeping everything in a Nomadic Yarns Hogwarts bag, just because it was a really good holdy bag. It has a nice handle, and it sits very flat when you're laying it on the table. So again, they are going really, really well. Jinx Yarns no longer dyes. This was a gift from Tanya. And yeah, I am lucky to have it. What else? I think that's everything. So that's that project. That has been something that I debated not working on, because now it's no longer New Orleans, but it's got green and gold, which are kind of Irish, and that reminds me, all of my green, white, and orange colors are on sale, 10% off in the shop. The coupon is already applied, so you simply check out with the skeins that are marked on sale. I was also thinking of putting Ginny Weasley back in the shop if anyone's interested, because that is orange and green, so very Irish. So if you would like to see that, just let me know. I am a dyed to order shop, so I don't really make colors until somebody wants them. So if you're waiting for something, all you have to do is ask. And I will do my best unless I cannot repeat the colorway. But a lot of mine are repeatable. So one more thing. So I did this project. Yes, I did this project. Now I do the bird. Looks like a hot mess. That looks better. Okay, so I wound off a mini of the Mardi Gras colorway, and I started a bird of happiness. It's gonna be a very fat bird because I am holding fingering weight double, which I thought was going to make it the same size as the kind of DK, where's my DK? As these birds, like this DK. But apparently it's fatter. I think it's fatter. This bird looks larger than those, but once I get it done, it might not be. But I've just started it. It is like wrangling an octopus. I do not prefer GPNs. I only ever use them for birds of happiness. And I do enjoy the birds. So, I mean, like, it doesn't stop me from doing anything. It's just, I don't use them for socks because I prefer to fiddle around less, which means I only have to pull and go in once and then go all the way across 2 socks for me, or 1 sock, but it makes it a little easier. But I do love them. These are Knitter's Pride. This is US 2.75 millimeter. And I just have to finish that bird up. And then we will have a Mardi Gras memory bird, which is very exciting. I love it. Mardi Gras was awesome. And I think that brings me to the end of the knitting. So if you're skedaddling now, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I was so happy to spend some time with you, and I hope to see you soon. If you're hanging around, let's talk teeny bit of shop and then a lot of babble. Good? Yeah? Okay. So, oh, and I have a tiny bit of makeup with Meg. I've got some different eyelashes on. So, all the good stuff. I will list that all down below so that people know what's in the episode. Anyway. All right, so, dog. I am going to go right into shop. So I have dyed up 3 skeins actually, of Mountain Views. This is a really great Ravenclaw blue. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's lighter than Lady Mary blue if you're comparing, but it's in the same family. I think that these would make amazing Ravenclaw socks. Truly, I do. So this one I am going to take photos of, and this will be available in the shop to order. I just didn't have photos of it properly, but Mountain Views will be joining, and I am so excited, especially for any of those who would want to order for Ravenclaw things. I think it would just be stunning. So there it is, Mountain Views. I also have a skein of Smog. I do have some photos of Smog already, but I might update a little bit. I knit these with my Under the Mountain pattern. It has socks and it has gloves, fingerless gloves, with a textured knit and purl on the back of the glove and up the front of the sock. Wonderful Lindsay of, I'm gonna get this, Simply Serving Handcrafts had made Smog charms. I still have a hatchery of Smog charms. So I overordered. I do have Smog charms ready to ship if you are interested, and they come with this gorgeous skein. So Smog will get a little bit of an update. It's getting a tiny bit blown out, but better. Yeah. I do absolutely love. So just a few things that I wanted to chat about that are going in to the, okay, and I wanted to share the final mini skein lineup, and this, I believe we are sold out now officially. I only show this to you because I am offering advent calendars this year, and I am only going to do a few of each. So I have 10 gram and 20 gram options depending on your price point. I want to thank everyone who has supported that already and has picked up theirs. I will not be putting in any more kits until the 1st of April, so March, April. So I'll upload 10 gram minis 3 times. So we did March, then I'll have April, then I'll have May. That's the last time the 10 grams will go up. After that, it'll be a bump up of 20 grams in June, and that'll be it. So June will be my cutoff so that I can spend all of July working on them, June and July working on them, and then send them out by the end of August. God willing, everybody is healthy, and we have no worries. So anyway, I show these to you, not to bum you out, but to show you my style if you were questioning whether you could do an advent calendar from me. Okay. So this is my range from darks to lights of the style of colorways that I can dye and that I enjoy dyeing. So on the end we have Teka, then we have Shiny. The middle is Hey Hey, which I think needs to become a full skein for May, because it looks like the Mexican flag to me. And then we have oh good lord, I'm forgetting what I called it. Anyway, moving on. This is the water one, and this is the grandmother when she goes into the water as the stingray. Yeah, that. And this end one is Moana. She was not with the pack the last time. She was done afterwards. So it's a really nice kind of peach beachy color with some browns for her hair and some pinks for the island. And then Moana has the charm. So this is the Heart of Tafiti. Oh, I think this was Tafiti. That was, yeah. She has the charm. This is actually a glow-in-the-dark heart as well, so it is bioluminescent. No, it glows in the dark. It's super fun. I hope everyone who got it was really happy and pleased with the charm that they got. So this is my dyeing style from lights to darks. If you're curious, if you are wondering if you would be able to enjoy my style for that long, this is what I do. I also think that I will be knitting a cowl in a fade from light to dark like this. I think that would be really fun. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do with my minis. Okay. All right, kill the coffee. Baby, I'll kill the radio star. Okay. Don't know why that popped in my head. Anyway, moving on into makeup with Meg. So typically I had been wearing these Ardell magnetic lac lashes with the gel pot, the pen, and then these lashes. I've put these on every podcast for the last month, I want to say, maybe 2 months, right? So today I went back and I was like, you know what? These were a little more expensive. They were a lot more expensive, I'm pretty sure. So this is like if you are 100% like, you want luxury lashes. These are luxury lashes. So lash liner, which I had complained I did not like the magnetic liquid liner that came with it. The gel pot seemed to not work very well, or sorry, the magnetic liner did not work very well. The brush got horrendous so quickly. I was not happy with that. This does come with mini little tabs here, so you put these on the underside of your lash to snap in and better hook on a lash, so you get extra boost in that area, which was great for, I did it for Halloween because it was very windy outside, so I put one on the inner corner of both of my eyes and one on the outer corner, so I had 2 here. and it worked great because I felt like they were more secure from the wind. Not that they were blowing off, but I just didn't even want to feel like they were moving. Now today, I have never been able to wear these. Oh, I lie. Liar. I wore these on another podcast, and I believe I had to use the magnetic unders because I felt like they were not sticking to the drawn liner, the liquid liner. Today, I have done an experiment. I don't, Pat gets not mad. He gets, I don't know. He's always like, that's not how you use that word, but fine. But I like to say experiment. I've done an experiment to see if the magnetic gel liner pot would work with these lashes. They do. They do, and they feel so secure. Oh my gosh. I'm in love. So for one, this gel pot is the ish. It's amazing. This is it for me. I only put one coat on, and I do it kind of thick, and I let it dry a little bit, and then I slap that lash on, and it feels good. It feels good. And I have been looking at these. These are gorgeous lashes. I love the actual lashes. They're very pretty. They're very soft. They're very like lush. And I got mine. Do I have? Yeah, I got Los Angeles. If you're looking, they have like 6 different types, and LA was one of the most popular ones because it's like they're big but not too big. They're not Vegas. Vegas is another one. There's like New York, Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, Vegas, and I forget, Nashville? Yeah. So there's like all these different levels. I got Los Angeles. So they're like the middle of like, they're not the little and they're not the biggest. They're like the middle. So a lot of people buy these. And I'm going to get a little closer so you can see them. Okay. So without hitting the tripod too much. Today I did my makeup a little bit darker just to highlight. And I am wearing Amazonian Maybelline Matte Ink on my lips. And I'm just going to I feel like they are so seamless. I feel like they're so secure with the gel, so that part's amazing. And I feel glamorous. I feel like I would wear these to a wedding. I feel like I would wear these to like anniversary, date night. I would wear these for photo shoots when I'm doing like in-person photo shoots. If I were photographing my own things on my own body, I would wear these. And I would wear them with the gel and not the liner that came with it. If they have a gel liner, I would be interested in trying it. But I can say that I kind of loathe their liner in the wet pen form. Not a fan. But anyway, the lashes are so fun and so nice and so pretty, and they went on so easily. They have almost like a whole strip of magnets, and it just feels very secure, is the best way I can say it. Like I feel very, very secure in it. You do want to probably put them on almost from the outer corner in or the inner corner out, like leaning them and then putting the rest. Leaning and then putting in the rest, because if you get them too close to your inner corner, as with any lashes, you're going to feel them more. They felt very foreign the first probably 10 minutes when I was setting up, and now not so bad. Truly not so bad. But yeah, that's Makeup with Meg today. I do have a really exciting parcel possibly on the way. There is a liquid I think black liner, like eyeliner, that my our family friend Debbie she's a reverse. She is a Mary Kay makeup rep, and so she has been she's my Girl Scout leader. She's been a family friend since I was a kid, and she's just amazing. So She is her own boss, so to speak, and a makeup rep, and we love to support her in that. So we've been buying, makeup, yearly since she started this. So she's talked about this like liner, and it's like supposed to stay where it's put and do. So I am so excited to try it out. I really want to know, because I wear liner. Any day I put on makeup, I'm wearing liner. I'm wearing not liquid always, but like at least like the pens and such. Yeah. So I'm just excited about that. So that's all makeup things. I don't think there's anything else on the table that I put a lot out on the table just so I'll talk about it. And I think I got everything. I am going to pick up my Tricks socks and try to finish off that. I have another plan for, let me get the color. I have a test plan for these colors. So I'll let you speculate what that's gonna be. I'm gonna go for it. But anyway, time check, 11:12. So it's been a joy. Let's talk a little bit more about New Orleans, or perhaps I will put that in the New Orleans video. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, let's do a little bit. New Orleans was awesome. We got down there Saturday. I knit obsessively on those socks. It was amazing. We had some great coffee from Sacred Grinds. We had a wonderful seafood dinner. What else? We marched in the parade, but like one over, so not the big parade with the big floats, kind of like a family parade that has like 100 people that walk down streets playing instruments loudly. It's amazing, as you'll see with the video. So we did that on Tuesday, and on Wednesday we got up and then we flew out, and everything went pretty seamless there. It took a little while to get through. And then we ate at Mondo, Cafe Monde or something, which was fine. That was fine. That was pretty good. I liked our brunch the first day in the airport better. We went to the Silver Diner. And it was a really good time. We had a great time hanging out with friends. They had dogs, so I was able to scoop and cuddle puppies, which just made my day, obviously, because I love dogs. I love cats too, but they don't love me as much usually, so. And these were tiny enough that I could scoop them, like Chihuahua sized. I was like, oh, gonna love you. And it was just such a blast. Truly do go watch my Mardi Gras vlog if you are interested. I have not made it yet, but please go do. Watch out for that. And then, yeah, we got back. We bought, I bought a few pins. So I got a little Bourbon Street pin, and I got a blue crab with the red tips, which I thought was awesome because it looked just like the charm that I had Lindsay make, so I needed it. And then we got a little Louisiana Starbucks mini mug for our tree, and then this mug for our cabinet, and that was and an ornament with a Mardi Gras mask. So a lot of beautiful mementos, and now I'll make the bird of happiness, and I'll put all those memories in there. I'll just scoop them all in. It'll be wonderful. After that, we got home. My mom and grandma arrived the next day and stayed with me. Their house was going to be ready for their walkthrough that day and signing. So we walked through, but there were a lot, dents and dings and cracked window here and there. Like the air wasn't getting through, but it's a double panel and one of them is cracked. And just problems that shouldn't have been. The company definitely pushed them through to get them in February and not in March. They wanted them done, and I don't think it was fair. And I don't think it was done to the standard that it should have been. But not my house, so I can't say anything. And then the movers are going to pack up. There was a pretty much a full house, a twin house. My grams was not really packed. It was boxed, but not packed. So they had a lot. And the movers spent all of Friday. No. Yeah, all of Friday. And they were supposed to show up at like 10 a.m. on Saturday to start unpacking. Mom and Pat get up on Saturday and they go. I was going to bring up Graham there later because she can't really help. And I was watching the dog, so we stayed. They got 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes away from the house. Movers call. They're not done. Okay, so Mom comes back to the house. We spend the morning. We watch Cinderella and I have coffee and we make breakfast and do all of that. And then 3:30 rolls around, Mom and Pat go up. No movers. Peter and Joanna show up. 5:30 rolls around. No movers. 7:30 rolls around. PM. I bring pizza. No movers. So all of Saturday is now gone. And we've lost an entire day of work where Peter and Joanna had come to help. Entire day, no movers. Pat stays. Mom stays, and Peter, Joanna, and Grandmom and I all come back here. 10:42 p.m., the movers show up. Yeah. Yes. Yes, they start unloading then. Yes. I know. So, that went until 2 a.m. 2 a.m. when everybody who, of course, we were having all these gorgeous spring 66-degree days. It was 20 degrees outside for that move. So the men are frozen. They can't feel their toes. Their hands are broken. Like, they're exhausted. They're twice my husband's age. And suddenly, my husband is one of the movers, which is ridiculous. They don't get it all done. Not even close. So Mom comes back here and crashes with Pat. The two of them finally got back at like 3 a.m. Get up, go back. The movers are supposed to show up at whatever time. They're again like 7 hours later than they said they were going to. That was Sunday. So we spent most of the day unpacking what they had gotten in the house, Pat and Mom and the movers, and then spent the rest of the night making, or like day, once the movers did show up, that the beds were built, because that was the one thing I wanted, was Mom and Grandmom wanted to sleep there, because my grandmom is 97 and doing 3 flights of stairs from the basement to upstairs is so hard for her. It's just not great. So I just wanted their beds built, and that took forever because they didn't know what frames went with what, and they didn't know what beams went with what, and it was ridiculous. So fast forward to Monday, they still were not done unpacking the Philadelphia house. So they had to come back and unload more. And it's all just in the garage, which it shouldn't be. It should be in the rooms that it exists in, with the furniture built. It's a living nightmare. Fast forward Tuesday, the washer and dryer were supposed to be delivered. I hope they were. And the Comcast guy came and he set up the TVs and he set up all of the internet. So that was working by the time I left. But I just had to remove myself because it's insanity right now. I got a lot going on too. So we just gonna get through this, but it did not go well. Should have been a lot easier. Did not go well. So I will take all of your good juju and prayers towards my mom and grandmom that they find some joy in this move, because moves suck. And that's kind of like, it's hard because you're packing up everything and you're moving it. Like, that is always hard. And Mom was leaving her home since she was in high school. Like, and she moved next door. So she's lived there her entire life. So it's a big change. It's going to be dramatic, but it shouldn't have been this bad. It was insane. Anyway, moving forward, hoping that at least all of her furniture is now in the house and possibly where it should be. I don't know. Great question. Great question. The house itself looks pretty good. I really think it's beautiful. So I took some before photos of the rooms so that she can see the difference once everything's undone and and how pretty it is. But yeah. Oh, I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. I can't even. Can't even. I cannot even. Nope. 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 No. Nope. I can't. So, I will wrap this up and get going on the editing. I want to thank you all for hanging in there if you're still with me. And reminding all of you to take it one cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be. And I will see you next week. Bye. Mama made me mash my M&M.